Hey, welcome back to Schmuckle Farm. Just finished selling a few of the goats. I had 3 wethers that I wanted to get rid of, and that brings me down to 3 females and 2 other wethers. So it was good to get some more goats off the farm because we've added a donkey and the minis. Between all that, it's a lot to keep up with, and it's a lot of wear and tear on the pastures and stuff. So it enables me to cut down on the size of the shelter that the goats are using, maybe move them all inside now and free this space up out here. But anyway, right now I'm fixing to zero the 22. Having some problems with predators, and I need to recheck the zero. So I have to recheck my zero because the other day this cat followed me up to the horse barn when I was feeding in the morning, and 8:30 in the morning, broad daylight. A red fox came out, chased her into the horse barn. I chased it out because I didn't have a gun with me. And then one of the miniature horses chased it out of the pasture. And it came back 2 more times and keeps messing around with her. And red foxes, if you're not familiar, are a lot bigger than gray foxes. I have gray foxes around here. They're not going to hurt anything. Typically, they're looking for mice, birds, stuff like that, squirrels. But a red fox, especially on a cat that's not fully grown, a big male red fox can easily take one of these. I had a problem with it at the other house where they kept going after my neighbor's cat, and I would have to run them off. But this fox has repeatedly come down to this red barn. I've seen him running down here when the cat was out. So rechecking the zero, because at some point I've got to do what I've got to do to protect my cat and my livestock. One of the goats I just sold today was small enough, you know, fox could he was the same size as a red fox, so they could easily have attacked him. And a couple of foxes, a couple of big red foxes, they're problematic for small goats and a lot of other small animals. So time to check the zero on the rifle and get ready to do what I got to do. Also found some coyote sign over around the little pond, and we've had some rain, so I got some fresh sign over there. So I'm going to contact the local FWC office and get my permit to set my steel leg traps out there to see if I can trap them, because it's just like hogs. Yes, I can shoot hogs at night using my night vision, and the most I've ever killed at one time was 3 because they don't hang around. But you can trap them, and you can trap. I've trapped 27 in one bunch. So same thing with predators. The traps work when you're not around. And with the padded jaws on the leg traps, if you catch something that's out of season like a bobcat, you simply turn it loose. So, and it doesn't hurt the animal, doesn't break its leg, because they're offset traps. They have a gap in them, and they also have rubber jaws. So mainly targeting coyotes on that, but I'm going to ride over there in a minute and see if I see any more sign. This ground's pretty hard. They don't leave a very deep track, so you kind of have to just look for the claws. Makes it easier. I got coon prints all around here too. Let's see, there's going to be some more because they follow the deer down into here. The deer come down here to eat the grass on the edge of the pond. Since the drought's got the pond down a little bit, the grass on the edge is nice and green and tender. Yeah, there's another paw print right there. Like I said, they're on this hard ground. This ground's been baked out. We've hardly had any rain. And they're just hard to spot. You just have to, basically you're seeing pieces of a track. You don't get to see the whole paw print. There's a nice big one right there. That's what it looked like in the soft ground. But you get out here on this hard stuff, basically you see their toenails pretty much. So yeah, they've been back in here. And I imagine the camera barely picks it up, but 100 yards across there against the bank inside the pond is a box. So I'm zeroing this 22 Magnum for 100 yards. Well, since I know how much YouTube hates guns, I didn't bother putting that part in the video, but I'll ride over here and see where we're at on our zero. All right, well, that's done. As I thought, it needed just a little bit of fine tuning. It was probably maybe an inch off to the right. So got it dialed back in. If it gets called into service, it gets called into service. And granted, I realized that I don't do a lot of political stuff on this channel. Obviously, it's a farm. And those who are not in favor of hunting, who are not in favor of gun control, can just get over it. Because if you're going to have a farm with animals, livestock, stuff that is subject to predation by, foxes, bobcats, coyotes, whatever, then you're going to have to protect them. And that's sometimes it's going to involve shooting something. So you'll just have to get over it, or you won't buy a farm. If you live in a subdivision, don't be surprised if you have outside animals that they don't come up missing, because coyotes live in suburbs too. I've seen them in downtown Tallahassee hanging out around houses. They will kill small dogs. They will kill cats. And I mean small dogs up to like French bulldogs. They will take your animals. So you can either decide to protect your animals, or you can decide not to have animals. But if you're going to have them, leave them exposed, not protect them, then shame on you. And if you don't like that, that's too bad. That's just how it is. Your job is to protect the animals under your care. If you're not going to protect them, don't have them. Because it's not fair to them to get put in a situation where they're taken away by a predator and killed. And let me tell you, the animals that die in the natural world, the deer, raccoons, possums, the other stuff that are victims of predators, they don't die a good death. Getting eaten alive is no way to go, and I'm not going to have one of my animals subjected to that. I've lost a cat. I'm pretty sure it's the foxes, so I'm going to eliminate the problem. I'm going to get the necessary permit, and I'm going to eliminate the problem. If the problem doesn't want to be eliminated, it shouldn't come back to my farm. That's just how it is. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but if you're going to own a place like this, then put your big boy or big girl pants on and do what you have to protect your animals. It doesn't mean you enjoy it. It doesn't make you a murderer when you're doing what you have to do. So right now, time to feed the horses. Everybody's up there staring at me like I've done something wrong. So I'm going to go put them up and let them have some feed. Until next time, thanks for watching.